Good evening. Vermont Report tonight departs from its normal format in order to bring you this Vermont Report special. We have the high honor and rare privilege of presenting to you tonight the leader of the Kagyu Order of Tibetan Buddhism, His Holiness Gwalya Karmapa, heir to the unbroken lineage of 16 generations of spiritual leadership since the 12th century. The Karmapa is with us here in our Vermont studios tonight, along with his personal secretary, Achi Seppel. And Achi, I'm going to ask if you would please to introduce our guests on the set and to describe for us the general prayer which we're going to observe invoking the presence and blessing of the Buddha.
Sure. The High Incarnate Lama who's sitting beside me here, behind me here, is Venerable Jamgon Khonto Rinpoche. He is one of the highest incarnate lamas in this particular order. And here we have Gendu Gyatso. He is the representative of His Holiness in France, where they're building a monastery in the 500 acres that have been offered there. And then we have Venerable Bhardo Rinpoche. He is from Rumtek. And Lama Tenzin Chönyi, he is the president of Kamatriyana Dhammachakra in Putnam County, Carmel, where a monastery will be built by His Holiness. And we have Master of Ceremony, is Umje Thupten Sangpo. Then we have Lama Phunso next to him. Then we have Ishi Namdak. He too is at Kamatriyana, working with His Holiness representative Lama Tenzin Chönyi. And then we have Master of Ceremony, Chepe Lobsang Gyalse. And then we have Lodo Sherap, the personal attendant to His Holiness.
And now we are going to have this special prayer, Achi. Perhaps you could tell us what this is about before we start.
Well, this prayer is a prayer in general for peace and harmony. It is invoking the blessings of the three jewels to come in this particular area where the prayer is said, so that all sentient beings may be separated from the causes of sorrow, and that they would ultimately become one with the ultimate realization of the Buddhahood.
Fine. May we start?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Holiness was born in Tibet in 1924. He was forced to flee his native land when the communists assumed control in 1951. At the request and invitation of the then king of Sikkim, he led a group of monks to Sikkim in 1959, established a monastery there, and that is his permanent residence in Rumtek, Sikkim. And acting as our translator for His Holiness tonight is his personal secretary, Achi. Could I ask you, Achi, to welcome His Holiness to Vermont on behalf of all the Vermonters who are viewing our program tonight?
당부 이신우 단다 바만 경가대 여러분 대 쿠란스 강게 등 이신우 제가 통해도스 강게 돈 이신우 대 차변을 하시슈하이 송도.
Now, when we speak of the Kagyu order of Tibetan Buddhism, in terms of those who are viewing us tonight, what essentially are we speaking of? His Holiness is the spiritual leader of 20 million people, and what is that? The precept, the concept, the theology of Buddhism?
그래서 Kagyu person Kagyu 저러나 대 아주 마하야나 부ddhism 대 낭배촌에 돈 디단다 이신우 로마 페나사 사야 니시스요레 손도 대 Kagyu 대 제스동에 대 이신우 Kagyu 선한테 미세 대셰지 존선한테 간대지를 손도 주대.
가주대 아마 조비송제 전된데 그 맞아 줄이 단지매바 추 zobu sonje chanden daga chi sumba mato kaga yo mare. Tene jesu miniga ande tutub jasa. Jagar ga tutub jasa tene shumba ga noni. Tene telo pala misarga kabab gizu goni. Naro pala kabab gizu goni kabab yidenga chu shumba yinza. Ka yiga chude. Tel tene kajupas tovar.
Sunni says that basically whichever school of Buddhism it may be, it is the same teachings because it is the teachings of Lord Sakyamuni Buddha. And Kagyupa, which literally means the oral transmission of the Mahayana Buddhism as it was practiced in Tibet, has its original source with the great Mahasiddha of India called Tilopa. The teachings that he realized and which were given directly to him by the fountainhead Vajradhara, Dojichang. And from him it was passed down to the great Mahasiddha and Pandita of then the Nalanda University to down to Naropa and down to Then the teachings that were handed down to Naropa and was passed down down till the present Karmapa.
Could I ask how, and I'm sure our viewers would be most interested in how His Holiness came to be the Karmapa and the leader of all of the Buddhists in the Kagyu Tibetan Buddhism.
The Chita Ishnu Tanda Karmapas in Arans Nangbet Chulton and Tangarans Lamazo Chimbute, Tanda Karmapas, Messita, the Ishnu Tanda team, Candes Chavresund. Consider Hakoma. Sunu says maybe Jamgun Kondurumbuche will be a better person to answer that. The Karmapas Tanda Ishnu Karmapas and Tangundirvat, the Jungun Kande Chaps and so on, the Densum nations.
The Karmapas Jungun the Karesana Kasore, Tacheta Tambo Kurangi Tinama Drivet Masna Petusiorva. The Karesana Tusum Sanje Tamjegi, Chicken to Vegeta, Karmapas do Sanskritna Rimado Tunda Sigmone the Tinebasi. The Tinebas to Sanje Tamje Chicken to be Tinebaris. And the Penatandati Jigdin like Handis pay with the Washington Bresena, then the dog Sanji jumped in the Exumbin that Dojuta. The Tagana Shingi Namashendas again. So shall be Churman when I long dene, and it take long with Sentinel and those Chanama Jun Tang on the Casore. Gambapa to Perva, teenage and that and the Gambit and your start with Theor Madonna Sudan La, Benandam Shower Title Gamba Shower Title. Because teenage yours to your malice.
The cherry to shall use.
No, and the Gusha becomes the name. That Benamun Zinchadan the Candidacy and Chikitilla, Makuma Shakona, Cherry Shah to the Sadan. Then went into Chicaris. They can't something wrong.
That is. Jamgun Kondurumbuche says that with the Karmapas, which has many predictions, which has been predicted by Lord Buddha himself, and is considered the Buddha activity, the embodiment of Buddha activity, the Karmapa. And from the teachings, the Mahamudra teachings, the line which comes from Vajradhara down through the Mahasiddhas, to the first Karmapa, there was one who knows it 3 times, to the present one, it has been an unbroken lineage. And how the present Karmapa or the previous... No, so, or in other words, the instance is the first incarnate Lama ever to be recognized as such in Tibet. Where is the Karmapa? The first Karmapa was Tusum Kempa, which literally means the one who knows 3 times. And how the next Karmapa was recognized, or how the present Karmapa was recognized, is by the fact that the predecessor would leave behind him, before he leaves his body, he would leave behind him in written the name of the parents, the direction of where the door would be facing, the physical description of the environment. All these details would be left. And then after he leaves the 15th Karmapa, after he left his body, then the abbots and the head of the monastic orders would go and look for that place. And
so he was discovered as an infant.
Yes, he was discovered as an infant.
He, as I understand it, is on the same spiritual plane as the Dalai Lama,
Yes.
who would perhaps, in that terminology, would be more familiar to Americans, the Dalai Lama. Could I ask what the essence of His Holiness's teachings are, Achi?
Quran Sultana Kwansayan Pena Ishnuta and Dalai Lama Pena Chotone Konsepet Cheba Meviti, Mochi Nanshi, but in the central song. The Inzan Tanda Ishnu, the Chusung and Nimut of the Karim or something.
True the Generic Zobison, Jandan the Chute, Yene Yirchapo, Yempe Yodo Chebe, the Nekonza Kuru Maripa, the true Levater, Mashupache, Saint Huard the Never Shevitarius.
So it says that the essence of the teaching. No, so the essence of their teaching is that one should strive to be separated from the causes of sorrow by understanding and realizing the teachings of Lord Buddha, and that they should, in all compassion for all the benefits of all other sentient beings, that they would be ultimately realize enlightenment for the benefit of all others.
Take the Dalai Lama, Tangarasburg, Dembanon, Zo, Consul Dalai Lama.
No, sir.
Then Sajakuma,
No, sir.
then Dunjam,
No, sir.
and the Tanjam Bagamas, Switch Chute, Tanta Terrace.
No, sir. So Isonu just earlier said that because all sentient beings are veiled by the ignorance, the veil of ignorance, and that it is the practice is to shred that veil of ignorance so that one may realize, the Buddhahood. And His Holiness says whether it's him or the Dalai Lama or His Holiness Sakya or His Holiness Dunjum Rinpoche, they all teach this same particular aspect.
Is there a difference in the teachings of the Kagyu order as opposed to perhaps other?
Chebar, you choose Chepa Yamari, Tage Konduba Tagaranes. Yankajul, Yinima, Rogu, Lama Jupato, Shenlap Junka. Shenlap Junka said, Lami Tuji Shenlap Junka, Lomalo, Tuja the Poon and also Travatoba, the Junka Yungurava, Tanjaga Junkartini, you are yes.
Suluna says that the fruit of the practice is the same. Basically, the essence of the practice is the same, but it would differ in the lineage of the practice and the relationship between the teacher and the people. In other words, there are instances in the Kagyuba order that through the complete assimilation of the blessings of one's guru, one can at one instant even attain, complete enlightenment.
Is the basic practices of Kagyu meditative, contemplative type of life?
Maye Ranga Sango, Chug, Tanda, the Hiva, the Kitchen, what Jitsagres. He did 10 Yamsul Angel, Jerem Shage to Zoran Shage, Nika the Kitchen, but cigarettes. Then it tattoo gum Jajarana Kitchen, but cigarettes.
Insofar as the
성격이 개천분라로 그래서.
Someone says, insofar as the Dharma or the teachings are concerned, initially it is important to go towards contemplation, and then one has to grow on the particular practices. That is basic. First, just the sitting, and then from there to basic practices of, we would say, the higher practices. There would be stages of practices to perform.
Achi, this may be a terribly naive question for His Holiness, but we in this country, I presume, the Buddhists in this country are in small number. If there are people who are viewing our program this evening who would have an interest in Buddhism and the Kagyu order, how would they go about investigating, learning, receiving the teachings of His Holiness?
The Chetan Tukong Tusja Sutulundina to Jetting among you sing rebel. Then I could teach Tenem has ever that the Gaju, the church in Jimmy Yamsalam to that the church Shuato to some the Legiconchina, the Kawak Casati party church is it over the your best one to the Rumichik also.
Tata Tanga Nekam Denzo de Hiaris, Chubak de Chuso. Program can to the Hiare. Then Donzo Kadu Pena Peshores. Then Donzo Toneka Umpa India, Donzo Japalo, Casino, the Churdo, Chujachumba Guare. Then a Laberjanga and a Lamare. Then another New York, the Sajati Totanada, Tendechiga Sajatan Push to the Yaris. Then the Indutita de Cambo, Lola, Tanzo Yonjo, Tess American Balotata, Mumbochi, Chula, Yoba Yinza, Tendel Pembish, there to dance in the US. Tell ten the Panama to Julak and Chidam. The new truth in Atlagan Jisayoba, the Nal Coroso. Joe American Mary America Yurdana Corosonga, Chushes, Yuriabuchuna, your Kurula Nishide, Yohegi Gitano change the younger son, the revatation of Panatandizon, Tata Chakish and the Yins.
Soon says that insofar as the viewers who may be watching His Holiness now, they are very fortunate because His Holiness says that in America we have, first of all, various Buddhist centers which were founded and are presently being directed by Venerable Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche. And His Holiness says that there are different centers which fall under Vajradhatu and or Dhammadhatu, where His Holiness feels that they are the implements and the source where they can definitely come to understand the teachings who may be interested. And His Holiness says personally, this second trip has come about because of the fact that there has been this spontaneous interest in the teachings, and because of this spontaneous interest, Venerable Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche has felt that His Holiness's presence in this country and around the world would benefit many people who are looking and searching to understand this particular teaching. And His Holiness says, keeping this in mind, he himself has now undertaken a great task, and that is to implant the true essence of the teachings as it was practiced in Tibet, that is in a form of a monastic institution. And His Holiness says that this has come about to the fact that during his first trip in 1974, he was here also in Barnet, Kamacholi, and across this country. His Holiness says that he has felt this great spontaneous interest, and he has felt that it was very important that the true essence of the teachings be established in this very country. And His Holiness says that for that he has now undertaken to build a monastery in Putnam County, in Carmel, New York State, where 350 acres has been offered to His Holiness to be used for the cause of the Dharma. And His Holiness says he has felt that this would be best used to build a monastery where libraries, where the art of painting, where translations, where they can receive teaching from the abbot, and in all aspects it could be made available.
It's a distinct honor for Vermonters, I am sure, to have him here and to know that there is the Karmai Choling in Barnett, Vermont, which is a community of about 150 followers of His Holiness. Is that correct, Achi?
Well, that's the center which was first founded by Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, and His Holiness during his second trip here has been very much encouraged by the tremendous growth and how the students have been able to assimilate the teachings of Venerable Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche.
How long will he be here in this country?
His Holiness will be here approximately now 2 more months until the 9th, approximately 9th of March.
We have many viewers in Canada. Will he be in Montreal, in the province of Quebec, Achi?
His Holiness has many centers all over the world, some directly under his auspices, or generally which all the Gaju centers come under his personal auspices. And in Vancouver, in Calgary, in Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, there are these Gaju Dharma centers. So this time again, they have persistently invited His Holiness to bless. So now we have confirmed this, and His Holiness will be visiting the whole of Canada after he completes his United States trip.
Well, we're very privileged to have him here, and we appreciate the Karmai Choling people participating in the presentation of His Holiness today in the Vajradhatu. Could I ask, we have about 90 seconds left, a minute and a half, if His Holiness would impart a blessing here today on those who are looking in and those who are looking for an inner peace and some kind of serenity in a world that is full of turmoil.